the more you niche and then talk about your work from your expertise point of view, that's when most clients tend to relate with you a lot and reach out to you. You are able to attract your ideal clients more.
If you've ever tried hiring your first team member or work with freelancers who still leave you doing all the reviewing, the editing, and client communication, then Isatou's story will feel familiar. 18 months ago, into her consulting business, she wasn't struggling with getting clients, she was struggling with the people part. Delegation, boundaries, and trusting others with work that carries your name. Now she's stepping fully into Grant CEO mode with clear systems, effective SOPs, and a team that can carry the work without her checking every detail. This episode is all about the people behind the business. Because if you want to grow your grant writing business, you'll need the right people and systems behind you. Let's welcome Isatou to the show. Thanks for joining the Grant CEO podcast. Welcome to the show. Wanted to talk to you today more about what was going on in your business and where you are now and what you've learned. So I just wanted to jump right in.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So tell us about what was going on in your business when you first started working together, what you were dealing with to now.
Yeah, when I reached out to June First Farm to work with you on the You Are the Prize coaching program, actually, by then I have been working as a grant writer with my business, Amikha Consulting, for about 18 months. And then at the time, I was doing well, but I really wanted to grow my business. I wanted to also refine my niche. I had a niche at the time, but it was a lot going on. So I wanted help to position my work, my offerings, like to talk about it to clients in a way that is unique and differentiate me from others, to have more support and clarity to be able to attract premium clients. Yeah, that was what was going on. And at the time as well, I had a subcontractor, but it wasn't like really a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of the issues I was dealing with also includes trying to build a team and trying to understand the process of building a team and hiring and working with subcontractors.
And I think that came up a lot for you within the 5P framework I talk about. One of the P's is people, and it was really about leveraging your team. And, you had a subcontractor that was great, but you wanted to even be able to work with them in a way to where you could be more hands off. So what was happening for you then to now to where you feel like your team is in a better place? Maybe not exactly where you want it to be. I think we're all trying to get there. But where was it then to now as far as your team is concerned?
Yeah, at the time, it was more like freelancing kind of model where I will tell them what to do, assign them projects to write. And then I was doing a lot of reviewing, a lot of the back and forth between them and the client. I was the go-between, the person that was reviewing the work, ensuring there's quality control, doing all the delivery from my end once the subcontractor writes the grant. And then I was also doing the coaching with the client, like the strategy meetings to just guide them on the work. So the subcontractor was basically just writing the grants and giving it to me to review and edit rather than just being more independent so I could have more time as a CEO and be more hands-off. That was the struggle there. And then working with you has been really helpful in making sure I understand how to properly delegate, how to actually assign clients projects so that the subcontractors will really take ownership of the writing and then the management of that process without me having to be so hands-on to that process of just the writing, the reviewing, and all of that. Yeah, it's been helpful doing the program to just learn about that and the mindset shifts of just understanding that some of these things you have to be ready to let go of some of the things if you're building the team, which I wasn't really there at the time. So working with you has been helpful in having that mindset shift.
Yeah, that's good. I know it's hard to delegate, especially you want to take ownership. It's your business. Your name is attached to it. So I definitely understand that. But we talked about putting in place like SOPs, standard operating procedures, setting those expectations up front so that your team members will know what to expect of you, what you expect of them, and their ownership of the work that they're doing, whether that is sending items to you or if that's communicating directly with the client. We talked a lot about like setting those expectations up front, and I think that has been helpful for you moving forward, working with the team.
Yeah, it has definitely been helpful. And the SOPs, I had SOPs before, but actually working with you helped me a lot in refining the SOPs, updating them, making sure they're clear, giving clear guidance and support to the grant writers to make sure they really understand the process and my framework, which I have learned from you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because I have a framework for my business. So making sure that the people that I work with understand that and do it in a way that is following the framework.
Good. That's good. It's very helpful. Was there a moment when something clicked for you and you saw yourself as a CEO? Before you were like, your main pain was like being the taskmaster, being in the business, doing all the work, but you wanted to step back, be more of a CEO, drive the marketing for your business and the business development. Was there a moment where something clicked for you and you saw yourself differently as operating more as a CEO?
Yeah, there has definitely been moments like that. Actually, when we had the conversation about boundaries, that really clicked to me a lot. I mean, it really helped in making sure that I set those boundaries with my team members and then the clients and making sure that I follow those boundaries and enforce them. And also like delegating work to the grant writers for them to take more ownership of managing the calendar, making sure they know when those grant deadlines are due because they are writing those grants to make sure they don't have to wait for me to tell them this grant is due. They take ownership of the calendar and managing that. So it really clicked with me when we have the conversation about boundaries and as well as like understanding that for me to be able to grow and scale my business, I need to also operate as a CEO. And then the conversation we had about me being out there, being more at the forefront, providing thought leadership, I can only do that when I have the time to do CEO level stuff rather than being so into the weeds of just doing the day-to-day tax stuff. Yeah, so that really helped me understanding that I need to position myself better and then writing articles on LinkedIn, being out there a lot for my marketing, going to conferences, all that I am able to do if I have a team. So that really helps a lot. It clicked when you shared all those things and gave me tips on how you're doing it at your own business, doing Fast Farm, at your company to make sure that what you're doing, some of those examples you're able to share with us to also implement in our own businesses.
Yeah, that's good. I think boundaries comes up probably on every show, everyone that I've talked to so far, especially with women. Someone asks us to do it, we just do it for them. We just get it done, especially if it's something related to a mission or cause that we care about. We do what we have to do or we feel like we have to do to help. But a lot of times it hinders us. And you show up very well on LinkedIn. And I wanted to know, like, what is your mindset behind that? What makes you continue to stay consistent? Like your topic ideas, where does a lot of that come from?
Yeah, a lot of that came from like actually understanding that my niche is unique and then it's not just unique, but it also has to do with, it connects to my personal story and be one of the things I learned from you through the program. It's positioning and talking to your clients in a way that you are attracting them, right? Be able to attract the clients. And you can only do that when you market your business either on LinkedIn or other places where you're providing thought leadership on your work, on the problems that you're solving for your clients, the value you're bringing to your clients. That really helps me in understanding that I really need to up my game on LinkedIn. I really need to provide a thought leadership because some of these things I do have a personal experience with it, with the cause areas that I serve the clients that I work with, the issues that they're working on, most of that I can relate to. And I've been doing this work for a long time in the same field. So making sure I share all those stories, those experiences, those successes and the challenges as well. Through that, people will see me as somebody who has the expertise, and the thought leadership is the one that will highlight that. So that really helps in making sure that my confidence increased a lot in being out there on LinkedIn. At first, I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I should be posting more often, just sharing some of the things when I go to conference, but not really having a plan to market my business and making sure that I work on getting the plan and having the topic ideas relate to the work that I'm doing was really helpful. Yeah, I think the positioning is what actually helped me to understand that I should be out there because my work needs to be really clear. And when I worked with you, you helped me really talk about my positioning to clients from a values point of view was really helpful.
Yeah, that's good. P positioning is one of the 5P framework. So that's really good. And I love that for those that are listening, Isatou's focus area is gender justice and equity. So every time like those DOJ victim assistance grants come down the pipeline, I'm always sending them to you. Anything with gender justice and equity, Isatou is my go-to person for that. So that really helps with having that specialty. And for those that may be concerned about niching or having a specialty, what would you tell them? I know for you, you said it increased your confidence because you could focus on just posting on that on LinkedIn on a regular basis, being consistent with that, having that direct and deep personal connection for you. What would you say to those that may be struggling with like, well, I just want to stay open to everybody? What would you tell a grant writer that's in that mind frame?
Yeah, I think most of the time the fear is if I niche down, I will lose out on other clients. But for me, it's the opposite because I was all over the place on social justice. I am very passionate about social justice issues, and that was what I was telling people. That's what I do. But when I learned more about niching, I realized that the more you niche and then talk about your work from your expertise point of view, that's when most clients tend to relate with you a lot and reach out to you. You are able to attract your ideal clients more than when you become like somebody who is generalist or when you're a generalist, it's okay if that's what you choose to do. But for me, the experience has been different. When I niche down, I am able to attract more ideal clients because clients are coming to me. And when I ask them, they're like, oh, we saw that you're focusing on gender, you're focusing on racial equity, advocacy organization, and I want somebody who have that expertise.
That's good.
I always ask them that, and they're like, we want somebody to have that expertise. And then we see that you're doing that. And some of the things that you're learning from your clients, we also want some of those examples. And when you niche down, you know a lot of funders in that niche area. Like for me, I know most of the funders that are in the gender space, both the government side and then the foundation side, especially on the private foundations. I have a lot of experience writing for those courses all these years. I mean, I've been writing the same type of grants to those foundations year in, year out for different clients. So I have a lot of experience. I have a lot of understanding. And I also go to those type of conferences to learn about those things. So all of that knowledge is really helpful for the work that I do with the clients. And I think I am able to do that because I focus on one area. I niche down on one area. So that's why I'm able to do that.
Quick break for something important. If you're listening to this, you've already done the hardest part. You've built your grant writing business. You've landed clients. You secured grants. You maybe even hit those 10K, 15K months everyone talks about. But the truth, it doesn't feel the way you thought it would. You expected more time, more profit, more balance, and instead, you're working more than ever. You're juggling everything and wondering what actually needs to change. Here's the answer. What got you here won't get you into the Grant CEO seat. So if you're asking yourself, where do I start? I've got your next step. Go to grantceo.com and take my Grant CEO assessment. This isn't one of those cute personality quizzes. This is a diagnostic tool I created to assess your grant writing business across the 5 Ps that every grant writer needs to thrive. You'll walk away knowing exactly where you stand, where the gaps are, and what to focus on next to go from overworked grant writer to a confident, profitable grant CEO. So head to grantceo.com, answer the questions, get your report, and start building the sustainable business you deserve. Links in the show notes for more information. Now back to the episode.
That's really good. The niching just really helps you with focus. You're not all over the place. You're a solopreneur. Even if you have a team, it's still hard learning new funders, even in a different geographical area if you don't have a niche. But if you have one or a specialty, you can work in different areas of the country as well. And you know a lot of those funders. It just makes your life easier.
Yeah.
Just to sum it up, it makes life easier. So I'm so glad that really helped you out. Well, where were you with your pricing? Were you undercharging? What helped you? What happened for you? What was like your light bulb moment in regards to your rates?
Yeah, when I joined the program, I had retainer clients, but I also had project clients. And then for the project clients, I was really undercharging. I mean, because I wasn't looking at it from the value that I am bringing to the client and the outcomes. I was looking at it like, oh, I am doing the deliverables, right, in 2 to 3 grants or 4 grants per month. So this is what it will equals to. And then also looking at what people are charging, the market rate. And when I worked with you, you told me, I mean, it's based on your value, the value you bring into the clients. And for you, you told me that you have this expertise in this field. All these years you've been writing this type of grants. You know all these funders. You have relationship with these funders. You're not only doing the grant writing part, but also like the strategy and helping the nonprofits to really build a sustainable pipeline. Because of all this relationship you're able to unlock for them, you should charge based on your value, not just the deliverables on the number of grants you're writing. That really hit me hard because I was like, oh, I am very passionate about this grassroots organization. I don't know if they can afford my rates, this and this. And you were like, you should charge based on the value. I was very scared to just stick to that price or to say that I will just be able to get the clients. That was the fear that I had. But I think after going through the program, it has really helped me with my mindset about the pricing, to base it on my value, to base it on the outcomes, and not just what is the budget of the organization or what is the market rate out there. Because people have different offerings. They could be grant writers doing the same thing, but I am offering more than they are offering. And maybe the expertise I have, they don't have it. Or the niche and the lived experience and all of the nuances I bring to the work, somebody who is not with that experience may not be able to bring. So I should charge it based on me, not what everyone else is doing or what I think the client budget is. It should be based on the value. That was really a tough conversation, but it really helped me to just understand that I am providing premium service. So I should be able to charge based on that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think for not just trying to get as much money out of the client as you can, it was going back to people within the 5P framework for you is so that you can bring in a quality grant writers on your team to take some of that stress off of you and you can pay them really good rates so that you can continue again to lead like a CEO, do the more business development, continue to show up on LinkedIn. And I feel like it's another task, but you have the time to do that. So that's why, really framing that. And then again, you were severely undercharging, especially with your project fees. Once you split that project over 12 months, which a lot of times what you were doing, you barely had enough money to pay yourself, let alone another team member. So glad that was helpful for you and that you took it to heart and, made those adjustments. So what does life look like for you now as we kind of wrap up? So what are some of the challenges that you're dealing with? And what would you say some of your wins that you want to share with listeners that want to learn more about, being at that 6 figures? This is the dream, but you find yourself still being burnt out, doing a lot of things, doing all the work, don't have time for business development. What would you say some of the things that you're navigating now? There may be some challenges, and what are some of the wins that you can share?
Yeah, I think the challenges all comes down to the pricing, because if you don't charge your value and you having all this work to do for clients to be able to afford quality grant writers, you have to take so much work. And then at the end of the day, you're going to get burnt out because you're looking at how do I pay these people and where am I going to get all the money to pay all the business expenses that comes with being a business person or business owner. So I think the challenge will be like making sure that you understand that and talk to the potential clients and the ideal clients in a way that they understand the value you're bringing it. It all comes back to the mindset and the confidence to just stick to your rates. I am still dealing with that. I have really improved since I started working with you. And then the boundaries, I have improved a lot on that as well.
Good.
Yeah, but a current challenge is because I am building my team right now. I just hired a grant writer. So trying to bring them up to speed to understand my framework, to understand service delivery for the clients using my framework, and then also like taking on the projects independently so I could have more time and be able to do the CEO level work that I need to do. That's one of the challenges I am navigating, but I know it's going to be because we just started working together this month. So
Okay, good.
they're pretty new. So that's why I'm doing all this onboarding and then spending time on that. But once they fully onboarded, I think that should be less time on me. And then the wins, I have more clarity with the positioning. Also, my processes and the SOPs has improved. They've improved a lot since I started working with you. And then another win, I have a team or like the mindset of building a team. It's not just hiring a freelancer to write the grants and then you do everything else, but building a team and having that understanding has also been a win that I'm very grateful for. And then the opportunity to just provide thought leadership out there. Since we work together, I have been more present on LinkedIn, more present in networking events. I've traveled this year and spoke at a conference as a speaker, and some of the work that I was doing, also I was able to attend some conferences on my, like, for my ideal clients, or conferences that relates to gender, feminist work, advocacy type of work. And it was a conference that we had a lot of funders in the space to build relationship with them and network with them.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I think it's a learning process. I am still learning, but I have improved a lot in the work that I do with the clients. And it has really helped also position my clients in a way that they're able to actually navigate what we're going through this year. Because as you know, most of my clients are the organizations that are working on these issues that funding cut is targeting them, the government's policies and the attacks are targeting them. So having that thought partnership with the leaders that are out in the field, learning things and bringing some insights and solutions to help them, the ripple effect of the federal government funding that is now on all the foundations. My clients are also dealing with that because they are working in that space. So everybody is running to the same type of foundations. But
Yeah.
me having that relationship and cultivating the funders and building the relationship is able to help me learn more from them, some of the insights, getting the knowledge that is not public, because if you are in this space, that's where you get the information from. And just supporting my clients to be able to build a relationship with funders and then also get some other funding that might not be out in the public, like money to address some security challenges, some resilient challenges with online attacks and all of the safety issues that nonprofits working on advocacy issues are dealing with. Yeah, so it has really helped my clients as well. Yeah.
Good. This is really good. And from the outside looking in, Isatou, I just want to say I'm proud of you. You've been doing really good. A lot of people struggle just to show up and share their services and what they do and what they provide for clients. And you do that very, very well. All of your posts on LinkedIn are very engaging. It's very clear who you serve. And I love seeing that pop up. I feel like every time I get on LinkedIn, it's a post from you. So that's really great. So you shared a number of wins, building your team, even though there's challenges around that, just onboarding and getting them up to speed. But that's a win because you're building your team. Congratulations to that. Showing up at conferences, having the speaking engagement, modeling and showing that you are the expert in your field. So congratulations to that. And just congratulations on all the things you're doing. Excellent. Just probably right at 2 years you've had your business. I was a hot mess at 2 years. So you are doing excellent. You're doing a great job, and congratulations on all the things. So if anyone need a grant writer in the gender justice, equity, advocacy space, Isatou is your girl. She's an expert in that area, and she knows those funders. So thank you so much for your time. This was so great, so good. Thank you for sharing. Any last minute tools, tips you want to leave for listeners?
Thank you so much. This has been really great. I mean, I'll just say for anyone that is looking to work with somebody that you just want that one-on-one support, because been in different programs before, but this one-on-one was really helpful for me.
Good.
Yeah, they could just check out the program. You are the price. It's a really good program. And then I learn a lot, really. I learn a lot from Zaranda. And I think people can just learn also to improve on their businesses. Yeah, and I'm really grateful to be in this space with you as well.
Good.
Yeah, especially learning from you on the federal grant side.
Yeah. Well, good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. And I'm sure we'll be chatting again soon, and I'll see you in the space. Our grant professional community is small and large at the same time. So thank you so much for your time, and thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Grant CEO. Please take a moment to write down your Grant CEO move of the week. One action that will move your business forward in either power, position, pull, pricing, or people. And if what you desire is mentorship and support, visit our website at grantceo.com. There you can also learn more about the program. Keep leading, keep growing, and remember, your expertise deserves to be valued. I'll see you in the next episode.